Buying a car can be an exciting experience, but it's important not to get caught up in the heat of the moment. So take your time, do your research, and make sure you are happy with what you are buying. After all, a vehicle is usually one of the more expensive items that you will buy in your lifetime, so it is essential that you get it right. There are now new laws that give you even more rights when you purchase a second-hand vehicle from a licensed second-hand vehicle dealer. Consumers now have a calling-off period when they can consider their purchase. However, purchasers can waive their right to call off if they want to take the vehicle away with them immediately. To learn more about these changes and to read advice about the process of purchasing a second-hand vehicle, visit our website for the Office of Consumer and Business Affairs. Just click on the home page, look for the Consumer Advice heading at the left of the page and follow the links.
G'day mate, I'm Dave.
Jamie, good mate.
Out looking for cars today?
Under the new laws, you now have a calling-off period of 2 clear business days, including Saturdays, to change your mind about any contract you've entered into to buy a second-hand vehicle. If you pay a deposit, it can't be more than 10% of the purchase price. During this time, legal title and physical possession of the vehicle remain with the dealer. You can cancel the contract, but you must give written notice to the dealer before the 2-day calling-off period expires.
Damien, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Just like to give you this.
You can do this personally, by post, by email or fax, or by leaving it at the dealer's place of address with a responsible person.
Thanks for this anyway.
If you've paid a deposit and then advised the dealer you've changed your mind about the purchase, the dealer must give you back the deposit by the end of the next clear business day. The dealer is entitled to keep $100 or 2% of the contract price, whichever is the lesser amount. Under the new laws, you are entitled to waive your right to call off by signing a waiver form. This form requires a witness, but it can't be signed by the dealer or any salesperson involved in the sale in any way. The form can be signed by someone you bring with you or anyone else at the car yard who wasn't involved in the sale.
Wonderful, thanks.
The dealer is not allowed to offer you inducements to get you to waive your calling off rights.
And I can knock a few dollars off the price if you're willing to waive your rights for the calling off period.
The decision to waive calling off rights must be yours.
I'm happy with the car. I want to take the car now.
Morning, sir.
Under the new laws, the dealer must not sell or offer to sell a vehicle that's subject to a calling off period.
But I have to let you know this car is under contract subject to a cooling off period.
However, the dealer can offer you an option to purchase the vehicle if the contract for the sale of the vehicle is cancelled.
So if the other client decides not to proceed with the purchase, you'll be happy to go ahead?
If you take up this option, the dealer can ask you to pay a deposit of $100 or 2% of the contract price, whichever is the lesser. You will only have a right to purchase this vehicle if the first purchaser cancels their contract during their 2-day calling off period. But if you also decide you no longer want the vehicle, then the dealer is entitled to keep the deposit you put down.
Okay, mate. How you going? Hey, got this Ford for sale, huh?
You can buy privately rather than buy through a dealer, but then there is no warranty and it involves a lot more risk. There is no follow-up service, and if you find out later that the car has defects that you weren't aware of, then there isn't much you can do about it. Here are some tips if you decide to buy privately. Set a price limit you can afford. Take your time, don't be rushed or pressured. If you need finance, shop around for the best deal. Make sure the person selling the car is the owner and ask for proof. Make sure there isn't any money owing on the car. You can ring the Vehicle Securities Register on 131084 and ask for a certificate to be sure. Have the car checked by the RAA, an MTA service centre or a qualified independent mechanic before you decide to buy. Remember that you have no warranty protection. Remember to allow for stamp duty, transfer fees and insurance costs. And if the vehicle isn't registered, you have to allow for this cost as well. Beware of buying from a shonky backyard dealer. It's against the law for someone to operate as a vehicle dealer without being licensed. Make sure that the person you're negotiating with is genuinely a private owner selling their car, or make sure that they're a dealer with a licence to operate. If you decide to buy your second-hand vehicle at a licensed motor vehicle dealership, there are some things to keep in mind. Once again, set a price limit you can afford. Take your time, don't be rushed or pressured. If you need finance, shop around for the best deal, understand your rights and the dealer's obligations, and check what's covered by the warranty. If a car costs less than $3,001, or if it's travelled over 200,000 kilometres or is more than 15 years old, then you won't get a warranty to cover you if anything goes wrong. Don't sign anything until you're sure that the car is okay and you really do want to buy it. Have the car checked by the RAA, an MTA service centre or a qualified independent mechanic before you decide to buy. And take the car for a test drive. Remember to allow for stamp duty, transfer fees and insurance costs, and if the vehicle isn't registered, you will be responsible for this as well. Inspect the white display sheet on the car, make sure the details match the car you're buying, ring the previous owner if you want to ask them about the car's performance and history. Have everything you negotiate with the dealer put into writing.
You can learn more about the changes to the laws and generally about buying a second-hand vehicle from the website for the Office of Consumer and Business Affairs.